is that until the temperature drops enough, you can't run it through the pipes because it'll melt the pipes. So this is the outside. We're going to release the pressure to the white hose. Amen. And we're going to release the pressure to the red hose. And that pressure should drop there, and that should get hot. Okay, now we're going to add city pressure to the orange hose. And city pressure. Yeah, I know you don't like that. City pressure to the blue hose. I'll open up the orange hose. And this is where the fun starts. And open up the blue hose. And that says 153. So there's a 4-degree differential in the cooling of the tank. And they're both right around the application temperature for this stuff, which is 158 to down to 86, as we said before. So this top of this says 157. I don't see any reason to wait any longer. We know that this is 24% sugar on the refractometer, but it doesn't taste like sugar. It tastes like just cornmeal, really, like cornbread, only a little sweeter than cornbread. All right, and that's all we have to do. We're just going to wait 5 minutes and continue cooling. 10, start, and then it took 30 minutes to get to, so we went down 1 degree a minute. This is still nice and cold, and that's getting cooler. And my experience is that enzyme works pretty quickly. So we'll check it here in 5 minutes. This will just give you an idea about how quickly this enzyme operates. And once again. That's a little warm. Refractometer and the hydrometer have the same problem with temperature. They only want to read sugar. You can't take a 180-degree mash and drop it on a refractometer and expect it to read right. So they want it to be down 60 to 80 degrees or thereabouts. But because I'm a little anxious, I'm just going to drop it in here hot. Whoa. Whoa. I'm up over 26%. Let's see what it tastes like. You can taste the difference in the sugar. Yep. So that enzyme is definitely operating. And because of that, we're going to go ahead and add the other half of the split dose. We're not going to worry too much anymore about the pH. This is a great cook. This cook came out, so far, has come out as well as I possibly could have expected. Except for the boiler going upside down on me there for a little while. So, but I'm very satisfied that we've got the reaction going in the right direction. And all we have to do is be patient and cool this stuff down to about 88 degrees. We're going to set our batch at 88 degrees. And it'll rise during the fermentation, maybe up to 92. As I said yesterday, we may have to cool it at some point, but we're on the downhill run. So that's good. All right. Hooray! We're done. We're done for now. Got our nice buckets of yeast. what really helped was that I added 40 gallons of water at the street temperature of 59 degrees, and you can see this thing is just about full. See, all the yeast went in. They're not sticking around on the bottom too much. And then another, probably 10 gallons so in this yeast. And so we got 400 gallons total, plus the 1,500 pounds of corn. The enzymes made it sweet. And let me get the powdered yeast. I'll be right back. And this is the last. And the yeast is in, and we're going to say that the batch was set at 4 o'clock on Thursday. This batch will run somewhere between 72 and 108 hours, and I'm not really sure exactly how long it's going to take to work off. I'm setting it at a cooler temperature than I usually do because my cooling went so well, because my cooking went so quickly. Usually this is happening around 5:30 or 6 o'clock at night, but this has been extremely smooth. But I think that about covers it. All right, and then now that this has cooled, 60 degrees is the best temperature in order to test these things. They're calibrated for 60 degrees. And we're just going to drop that hydrometer in there and see where it wants to float. And even with the addition of the water and the yeast, it's still up above 25%. So, and I know that I was solid at 27% before I diluted it with that additional water. But I want the additional water as a buffer in order to give the yeast more room to spread out in and more buffer for them to accumulate their waste products and the alcohol. Taste what that tastes. It's almost sickeningly sweet. It's so sweet, it's almost beyond what is attractive to drink, to taste. And that's what you worry about. You don't want the sugar so high that the yeast won't take to it. I mean, they'll get poisoned, as I mentioned before.